Alright folks, welcome to Actor Breakdown Club, where we dive deep into the world of those talented stars you've seen on screen 100 times, yet still refer to them as, oh yeah, that guy. And today, our subject is none other than Adam Brody. You know, the guy whose entire vibe screams, awkwardly charming guy next door. Adam Brody is that rare actor who doesn't need to take off his shirt to win you over. Not that we'd mind Adam, just saying, his characters? Equal parts lovable and clumsy, like if a golden retriever learned sarcasm. And somehow, he's always the friend you wish you had, funny, self-deprecating, but smart enough to help you move apartments without complaining. Now, before we continue, here's a question. Why doesn't Adam Brody get as much hype as, say, Ryan Gosling or Chris Evans? I mean, Ryan can do romance, check. Chris can fight bad guys, check. But Adam Brody, he's mastered the ancient art of being relatable. Like, if you ever spilled coffee on your crush and tried to laugh it off with a bad joke, you are already living the Brody way. And while we're on the topic of relatability, Brody's charm lies in the fact that he's never trying too hard. He's the guy who strolls into a room, tells a joke, probably trips over something, but somehow still ends up being the coolest person there. He's not about that A-list movie star vibe. He's more like the cool cousin at Thanksgiving who knows all the indie bands before they were cool. Let's face it, Hollywood has a bit of a typecasting issue. You've got your muscle-bound heroes, your brooding villains, and your quirky best friends. Adam Brody? He doesn't fit into just one box. He is the box. He's done teen dramas, romantic comedies, indie flicks, thrillers, and yes, he even went to the dark side in Jennifer's Body. Wait a minute, what does it say about his acting range that he can go from awkward high school kid to a lead singer in a demon-worshipping rock band? Adam Brody's career is like your Spotify playlist, full of unexpected gems. 1 minute, it's a romantic moment from the OC. The next, it's him playing a guitar-wielding lunatic. And just when you think you've got him figured out, boom, he shows up in Shazam, like a superhero in disguise. Honestly, Adam's filmography is a bit like your ex's texts, confusing, charming, and somehow always leaving you wanting more.
So what are we really getting into today? We're about to take a journey through some of Brody's best and weirdest roles. The teen heartthrob years? Check. Awkward romantic moments? Double check. Strange indie films that no one else has seen? Oh yeah, we've got those too. We'll cover everything from his most iconic one-liners to the times he stole the show with just a raised eyebrow. If you've ever found yourself thinking, I need more charming, awkward, yet surprisingly deep performances in my life, then stick around. Because Adam Brody might just be the unsung hero you never realized you were obsessed with. So buckle up, folks. We're diving headfirst into the Adam Brody cinematic universe. A place filled with quirky romances, subtle humor, and at least one evil ritual. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll not only appreciate his acting chops, you might even develop a tiny man crush. And that's okay. We've all been there. Ready to dive into the world of Brody? Let's go. Just remember, if you find yourself awkwardly flirting with someone after this video, you can totally blame Adam. Now, on to the good stuff. Alright folks, we've laughed, we've cringed, and we've probably Googled a couple of Adam Brody movies along the way. But as we come to the end of our Adam Brody Appreciation Marathon, let's take a moment to reflect. What exactly makes this guy so special? Is it his effortlessly awkward charm? His ability to turn a nervous laugh into a personality trait? Or is it that no matter what role he plays, whether it's a lovesick teenager, a failing detective, or a demon-summoning rock star, he somehow feels like someone you'd want to grab a coffee with? Because that's the real magic of Adam Brody. He's not the kind of star who shows up on magazine covers every month or dominates the tabloids. Nope, he's the guy who sneaks into your favorite shows and movies, leaves you smiling, and before you know it, you're saying, wait, was that Adam Brody? It's like spotting a rare Pokemon, but instead of saying Pikachu, you're saying, oh look, it's that guy from the OC. Now look, we'd be lying if we said Seth Cohen isn't a big part of Adam Brody's legacy. I mean, it is his Mount Rushmore moment. But here's the thing, Brody is more than just a witty TV nerd. Over the years, he's proved himself to be Hollywood's Swiss Army knife. Reliable, adaptable, and always a little sharper than you expect. Take The Kid Detective, for example. This isn't just a quirky indie flick. It's Brody's way of saying, yes, I can play an ex-child sleuth with a drinking problem and unresolved trauma, and I can do it really, really well. It's like someone handed him the script and said, we need an actor who can be funny, sad, and confused all at once. And Brody went, "Got it. Hold my latte." You know, part of what makes Adam Brody so fun to watch is that he always seems to be in on the joke. He's never taking himself too seriously, even when the roles demand it. Whether he's playing a romantic lead or the weird guy in the corner, there's always this little glimmer in his eyes that says, "Yeah, I know life's ridiculous, and I'm here for it." And that's a pretty rare thing in Hollywood. You've got actors who try way too hard to be funny and others who are so dramatic, you wonder if they've ever even seen a comedy. But Adam Brody lives comfortably in that sweet spot where humor meets heart. It's like he's the human embodiment of a shrug and a smile charming, but in a way that makes you feel like you're part of the joke too. So, the big question, why isn't Adam Brody in everything? I mean, sure, Hollywood loves its leading men who save the world or brood handsomely in the rain. But don't we all need more characters like Adams in our lives? You know, the ones who remind us that it's okay to be a little awkward. That sometimes things don't go as planned. But hey, you can always crack a joke about it and keep moving. Hollywood needs more Adam Brodys. We need more actors who can play the sidekick and still steal the show. More characters who aren't afraid to be vulnerable, funny, and just a little bit weird. And most importantly, we need more people who remind us that life doesn't have to be perfect to be awesome. Because, let's be real, when was the last time a perfectly polished, always confident superhero made you feel better about your own life? Exactly. Give me the guy who stumbles through life with charm and humor any day. So what's next for Adam Brody? Who knows? Maybe he'll show up in another indie gem that only 5 people have heard of, and it'll still be amazing. Maybe he'll get a surprise cameo in a Marvel movie and turn the whole thing into a comedy. Or maybe, just maybe, he'll finally release that imaginary podcast we all want to subscribe to. One thing's for sure, wherever Adam Brody shows up next, we'll be there, awkwardly cheering him on. So, if you've enjoyed this deep dive into the world of Adam Brody, and let's face it, how could you not? Make sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, and smash that subscribe button. Seriously, we've got more deep dives coming, and trust me, you don't want to miss them. Until next time, remember, life's too short to take seriously. Be awkward, be funny, and if you're lucky, be just a little bit like Adam Brody.